College Academy update. And Dr. Pilch, can I turn this your way before you introduce our guests?
Thank you, Mr. DeWitt. We're pleased to bring you an update on our Early College Academy. As you all are aware, we are in our second full year of operation at Early College Academy. So we're just finishing up with our first group of juniors. So we just have the 3 grade levels here at the school this year. Very excited about the students at Early College Academy and the work that we're seeing there, and about what the staff brings forward for us. I think I misspoke. We actually have seniors this year.
Juniors.
Just juniors. Oh, I said it correctly? Oh, good. I was afraid I misspoke. Dr. Dowdy had a little worried look on her face for a minute. You never know.
No.
It's the equipment. I want to commend, as Gordon and Stacy come to the podium here, I want to commend them for their leadership. A team came together well before I came to District 6 to begin the planning for Early College Academy. And this kind of partnership where a school district is able to come together with a community college, with Ames Community College, and actually build a school where students can leave with their associate's arts degree from Ames Community College. This is truly remarkable, and it's a huge feat. And what's happening there is, I'll tell you, it deserves national recognition, and that will come later, I am certain. So with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Dattery and Mr. Boschman, who will begin to give you an update tonight.
Well, thank you, Superintendent Pilch, President DeWitt, and members of the board. It is our pleasure to be able to share with you this evening an update on Early College Academy, and we will share with you some key details and exciting educational partnerships and opportunities that we are able to provide for our students and within the greater community. Joining me tonight, as you mentioned, is Mr. Gordon Boschman. He is our principal at Early College Academy. And also sitting with us in the audience is Miss Libby Klingsmith. She is now the Dean of Community Partnerships and Workforce Development at Ames Community College. She's been with us since the school opened last year and continues to be an integral part of the success at Early College Academy. Among many highlights that we are going to share with you tonight, you might remember that Senator Bennett was actually here this past fall. Seems like forever ago already, doesn't it? But that was a wonderful highlight, and the students certainly enjoyed that. And he came, as you may remember, to actually learn from this partnership that we have engaged in, and how are we providing this opportunity in Greeley-Evans School District 6 for our students here. And so that was a really great visit, and we were very pleased that he was able to join us. So I want to first be able to open and share with you the enrollment history of our first 2 years of operation within Early College Academy. From a historical perspective, we opened in the fall of 2015 with 154 freshmen and sophomores who chose ECA for their high school experience. Now, we started with approximately twice as many 9th graders as we did 10th graders, and twice as many, interestingly enough, females as we did males, you might recall. While we hoped for more 10th graders in that first year of opening, we did understand that that meant that these students had to leave their current high school experience as their 9th grade year, already having experienced a high school, and then transition to Early College Academy. And 51 of our students did choose and make that jump and that decision. And in the fall of this current school year, we then added 77 freshmen to our school, bringing our total school enrollment to 213 students. The gender split, as you've seen, remained constant with about 62% female and 38% male, as well as our ethnic makeup of our students nearly matches that of the district, where 2/3 of our population is Hispanic and 1/3 is Caucasian or other. And that brings us to our projected enrollment. As we look on into the fall of 2017, we are projecting between 300 and 315 total students to be enrolled. We continue to see a few students request enrollment, and this continues, as we know, as students maybe shift a little and make decisions and transfer from one school to another through this spring and into the opening of the school year. Each of those requests is reviewed individually to support students in a transition and to make sure that they would be successful. The goal has always been, as you may remember, to enroll approximately 100 to 120 students each year within that incoming freshman class. And as we enter into our third year of enrollment projections, we are beginning to stabilize and see that target being hit. So we're pleased to see that this year. Last spring, when we gave you an update, we shared with you our academic goals and our measures. We're currently meeting or even exceeding most of these goals as revealed on this chart. Attendance and behavior goals, along with the tracking of juniors towards attainment of both high school diploma and an Associate of Arts degree, are currently at or above expectations. So we're very pleased to be seeing that. The overall coursework passing rate of 88% is just slightly below our expectation of at least 90% of our students passing. And as we think about the impact of this school and the changes and the expectations inside, it is likely that our students are just now realizing, and as we've seen that last year in their first year of enrollment, that reality of the focus and the effort that is needed for them to stay on track and to pass those college level courses. So that has actually brought us all to, and we'll share with you in a little bit here, some of the next steps and things that they're continuing to think about in terms of support for our students to make sure that not only 90% of them are passing, but really 100% of them are passing.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to join you this evening and share a great story about Early College Academy. This is my third visit to the Board of Education room here, and I'm thrilled about some of the things that I can share with you this evening. So the next three slides I'm going to share are really about our unique, rigorous academic program. This first slide that's up there, it's probably in front of you, really reveals the number of high school credits and college credit hours that Early College Academy students can potentially earn. Okay, also included on this slide is the tuition that parents can save by having their students in our building where there are no fees. So the tuition dollar range, which is the last column up there, is calculated when you compare $100 per credit hour that Ames charges compared to UNC at 300 credit hours. All right, so again, our academic program has a master schedule that is built on a 7-period day. I think you probably have seen most of this slide before, where every day of the week has the same schedule. A student's schedule will only change at the semester. Okay, our blended academic program permits, again, students earn both high school credit and college credit toward their Associate of Arts. In reality, students are really building two transcripts at the same time, a high school transcript and a college transcript. You know, for example, our freshmen are taking a Spanish 1 class for high school credit, and at Ames that's called a Spanish 111 credit, or college course for 5 college credits. And then American Government is a course that our freshmen take, and it's worth 3 college credit as well as a full credit for civics, okay? Again, this is probably the best 2-for-1 deal you can get at a public high school. Again, all of their courses and credits are for free. All right, so we just started with a junior class this year, and our juniors are taking primarily a full college schedule, dependent on the math course that they're in. So our students will enroll in a full college schedule ranges from 12 to 17 credits each semester, depending on the math course that they're enrolled in. Some of the juniors have completed college algebra this past fall and are currently enrolled in college trig this second semester. Other juniors are enrolled in year-long Algebra 2. And depending on their language arts AccuPlacer score from last spring, juniors completed English composition or English literature this school year. Juniors also completed 2 semesters of U.S. history along with environmental science, Spanish, communication, and political science courses. So here's just some data about course completion at Early College Academy. So in 2016-17, in the freshmen and sophomores, 121 out of 128 students earned college credit last year. Okay, I don't know if those are the right 15. That should be 15, 16 on there under that course completion. But then this fall, our sophomores took a health class in the fall. So 76 of our sophomores completed 204 college credit hours out of 228 attempted. And then our juniors, our 36 current juniors completed 460 college credit hours out of 496 attempted. Wow. So that's quite an amazing pass rate for high school students taking college classes. Because I know what the pass rate is for most college students in their first year at university. Because our students are doing very well. Okay, and other celebrations, we really are very proud to have earned a performance rating by CDE in our first year of operation. Our school growth report reveals that our freshmen performed at the 63rd percentile. Do I have the right slide up there? Not sure I do. Can you go back one? At the 63rd percentile in language arts and the 57th percentile, there we are, 57th percentile in math, both well above the district and state levels. Last spring, our current juniors took the state-mandated PSAT, and the results are also included on that slide. Okay, the numbers on this slide reveal the performance, as in how well the students performed on the state-mandated assessment. We're very pleased with our overall student performance, but what we are most proud of is our academic growth our students have made over the last calendar year. These growth scores are revealed on our next slide, which is the 2016 School Growth Report. Okay. Our 2016 ECA School Growth Report reveals that the overall academic student growth between 2015 and 2016 on the Colorado State assessments. Okay? So the average growth should be at the 50th percentile when we compare all the students across the state. Okay? So that they would do better than half of the students and not as well as the other half of the students. So this slide shows that ECA students experience academic growth far beyond the state and the district levels. It shows that our students in language arts performed at the almost the 63rd percentile, and in math at the 57th percentile, which is again above state and district average. So the learning environment that we are creating and continue to create and evolve at ECA is really working. It truly is. Next slide. So I have shared a number of very promising statistics with you this evening, but what I'm really most proud of at ECA is the learning environment that we have created there. It's personalized and it's rigorous, and our students are buying into it. We're thrilled about that. Okay, we are a small high school compared to other district high schools, okay? But we know each student. We know each student's story. We know each student's name. And the unique thing about this is our students really all have a common goal. Okay, one of the unique things that Libby has shared when we were talking to some parents the other day is that our junior class of 36 students are really like a group, a family that are arm in arm helping each other earn their Associate of Arts degree. Some find school a whole lot easier than others, but they're all working together, encouraging others with the common goal of getting through high school with an Associate of Arts degree. It really is a figure that is played out every day among that class. And it's nice to watch our freshmen and sophomores buy into that as we move on. The amazing partnership that we have between Ames Community College and District 6 and with the district, not the district, but Greeley Evans Transportation is used every day. You'll see on that picture, we do some pretty unique things. We have about 15 student clubs already in our building with 200 students. We tell the students, if you want to, you have a common interest and can find 5 or 6 friends, we will sponsor that if it has a little bit of educational value or a whole lot of educational value. You'll see the picture on the screen of students in front of a couple of rocks there. That's the Denver Art Museum. We don't have any fine arts classes in our building. It just doesn't fit with our academic program. What we do have is our building manager, okay? He's a building manager because that's his job and he needs to get paid, but he's a graphic artist. So when I was able to hire him last spring. He used to work down in this building as the evening lead. He's a graphic artist. I said, are you at all interested in starting a club? I know you've got some figurines on your walls and pictures on your walls. And he says, yeah, you know, I really do. I'd like to share that. So he started a club. Every week on Monday, there's more than 30 kids that go to his art club after school. Yeah, that's our largest club. He volunteered to take them to the art museum 2 Saturdays ago. So we filled a bus up with 25 kids and went to the art museum. So some of those are unique stories about ECA. There's a picture up there of the rec center at Ames Community College. Unique thing about our kids is they're Ames Community College students walking in our door. They get a district ID and they get an Ames ID. We probably have 20 to 30 students every day after school take the Get bus over to Ames and work out in their gym with pickup basketball, with weights, with aerobics and all kinds of things. So that partnership provides amazing opportunities that kids just wouldn't have in a normal setting. Our Get Transportation, the city continues to work amazingly with us in terms of getting our students to and from our building in the morning and after school, to their practices after school at district high schools, playing athletics. They've gone from small buses to their biggest buses because we have that many kids riding in the morning and after school. They move from on-the-hour transportation in front of our building to every half hour. So they continue to work with us and we continue to fill their buses because it's good for kids. So that is, in general, our overview of this evening. And so, do you want to do what next steps?
Yeah. Do you want to do that?
No, that would be great if you would do that.
Okay. Here. All right. So as Gordon just shared many of our celebrations, you can really see how our faculty and staff at Early College Academy continue to make instructional adjustments and the kind of accommodations and things that need to be made to help support all of our students to be successful. Our instructors are routinely offering after-school test preparation sessions, and Ames tutors are made available to our students on a daily basis in the areas of research, writing, and math. We have learned many things along the way, and we really know that as our students are tackling these college-level courses, that oftentimes, you know, they're challenging, and we need to make sure that they are being successful. That sometimes means we have to make adjustments in how we will support them. So even with the numerous levels of support that we offer our students at ECA, sometimes, as you can see, they don't all pass every single one of those classes that's on their schedules. So they have just this semester, in fact, implemented credit recovery opportunities for students that are using some digital platforms, and they're doing that during their academic seminar time. So kind of redesigning, what does that time look like? We have them there, how can we use that time a little bit differently? So they're using Alex for math and Edgenuity for English language arts, and that is very similar to what we're doing for the students in our comprehensive high schools as well. Our in-house credit recovery programs are going to help our freshmen and our sophomores keep up so that they can then enter into that junior year on track and continue with the coursework that they need to graduate, not only with that high school diploma, but with that AA degree and college credits. So in addition to the instructional supports and the credit recovery that they have implemented within the school day and the school year, it's also about making sure that we are using efficient space of the facility there as we continue to now bring on yet 100 more students, just really making sure that they are using every space available. And so Gordon and his staff are continuing to make sure that they're accommodating and being innovative with that space and supporting their students. So we thank you for the time tonight for us just to be able to share with you a quick overview, and we will welcome any questions or comments you may have.
Well, we've been watching this grow, and you can't underestimate the amount of enthusiasm that we carry for this other example of choice
Yes.
in the district. And of course, every time you come in and demonstrate how this is turning out in many ways to be better than we hoped is certainly exciting. It's also, I think, as a teacher, it's encouraging to see that there's rigor. And not everybody just rolls through a course, even though they're handsome and willing. It requires some effort. And to see that there is not a guaranteed shoe thing in entering a class, but that you have to be responsible for completion. And I think that speaks volumes to the issue of rigor for our kids. Ms. Solis.
You guys have worked so hard on this. And, you know, I know it's been tweaking here, tweaking there, and the work just continues. One of the things I've been really impressed with is the concern from some community members when we have a new school that it won't reflect our community. And this school has always done that. And I really appreciate your outreach and making sure that all kids have this as a possibility and to see kids taking advantage of it. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Mr. Hafley?
Gordon, I'd like to thank you and Libby for your passion and your hard work and taking something that was craziness probably on our part to something that's very successful, and you both deserve a lot of credit. I think the thing that is really important to me is the relationship component that you've instilled in your staff, and I think that was initially hard, and I think that's become much better, and consequently you've had more successes. And I watched for years and years at Greeley West, the Avid kids or the IB kids, they really became familiar with one another. And that's a great thing that you've established for all your students. And so I really want to thank you both for the great job that you're doing in the building.
Mr. Hall?
Ditto from Mr. Hafley, so we don't repeat. I'm so proud of what you've done. And you've established a culture of vibrancy in that building. You can feel it when you walk in. You can feel it when you walk in the classrooms. Majority of classrooms, when a U.S. Senator walks in and he says, "What questions do you have?" There are not going to be many, usually. And it just took off. The vibrancy just took hold. And I want to congratulate you on that, because that's you and Libby. You set the tone. You worked through the problems. Maybe you found somebody else to run the paintbrush this year before you started, and so that you didn't have to do it.
Right.
And but job well done, and thank you so much for your commitment and your leadership and just your caring for the kids.
Mr. Lydiak?
Again, a wonderful success, and ditto on everything else that's been purported. And so my question, again, this is a great partnership with Ames. Are you planning to present this, or will the trustees get a similar presentation? Because I think they would love to know and see that benefit. Again, it was a cooperative dream several years ago of both boards to bring this to fruition. So
I can answer that to some degree. Yes, the Board of Trustees at Ames Community College will hear something quite similar to this on Wednesday, actually. In my new role at Ames, I'm really excited because in some ways I even have more opportunity to advocate on behalf of this partnership and to talk about the good work that we're doing across campus and in the community. And for me, that's really exciting. One of the things that we'll be doing on Wednesday is presenting to our Board of Trustees all about concurrent enrollment. And so beyond the early college program that Ames provides in partnership with District 6, we also run a traditional concurrent enrollment program where we're partnering with District 6 in all of the high schools, as well as in our career and technical education programs. And so that particular presentation on Wednesday will be a bit expanded, but we'll cover the same kinds of successes that we're covering here about early college, and then some of the other partner programs that we're doing with District 6 as well to help students achieve that goal of college and high school.
okay, thank you.
Well, enthusiastic thanks, and have a good evening, and thank you very much for the presentation also. Well, that concludes our agenda this evening. Have a good evening. This meeting is adjourned.